Alright, what's up everybody? We are on Season 1, Episode 5 of Steins Gate, which is called Starmine Rendezvous. I actually love the fact that people were, some people, at least from what I saw, were trying to warn me in advance that, like, the show kind of has a slow start. But, having already seen 4 episodes now, I'm like, dude, I'm so into it. I love all the puzzle pieces that we're slowly getting exposed to here, and obviously I myself have started to try and make certain connections already now that we are diving into the whole storyline with CERN, which is supposed to be that secret organization, I guess, right? I'm already starting to think, like, okay, of all these characters that we've been introduced to, are some of them connected to CERN in some ways? I mean, we know that some must be, like, obviously they presumably took Makise Kurusu as their test subject or whatever for the kind of time experiment that they were doing where she ended up dead. I mean, I'm still assuming that those situations are related and the dead person they were talking about was that situation with Makise Kurusu. But yeah, if that's the case, obviously we know Makise Kurusu, like I said, she did those. She herself has been studying about all of this already, so it makes sense that she is in some type of way then involved, even though she herself might not be in the know about it or something, or again, it's still very hard to tell. Maybe it is actually her dad, now that I think about it, because of course we also know that there's a situation going on with her dad, and she herself was so destined to disprove all the theories about time traveling. Maybe her dad works for CERN and decided to offer up his own daughter or something for the experiment. I don't know. I mean, again, so many wild directions you can think about. At the same time, another piece that I tried to make a little bit more sense about is that I know in the 3rd episode, right, there was that very awesome transition that they did where the girl that started working at Mr. Brown's shop selling CRT TVs or whatever the hell he does and repairing them, I guess, too, right? Yeah, she was just browsing through channels, and then suddenly, boom, we transition over to literally Ocarin's room or whatever, right? Where they were all doing their experiments and just coming to the conclusion that they managed to get time travel to work. So that made me think back to, I think it was a scene in the very first episode where Ocarin was already suspecting somebody was looking through the CRT TVs, right? And he himself was already blaming, of course, Mr. Brown, or accusing him, I guess, of being part of the organization. So yeah, this made me think then, okay, so is Mr. Brown involved? Like, who actually, or was it the girl herself that somehow installed all this stuff? I don't know. I don't know if like both of them can be trusted, or it's just the girl that can be trusted, or she just accidentally stumbled upon seeing them on that channel and then realized that it was Mr. Brown who had who had been spying on them, I guess. This is like it's still very hard to make out what's actually going on, right? And there's so many possibilities, which is absolutely, everything that I love about this show right now. So where are we at currently in the show? It is, of course, well, Ocarin, I'm going to keep calling him that. He managed to get the IBM computer now, right? He found the IBM 5100, I think it was called, with which he can now translate some of those texts, I guess, or programming code or whatever, from CERN. So we're going to find a little bit more out, I presume, about what they've been up to. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Maybe we're going to find out the details of that experiment where a human supposedly died, what that was about. Yeah, that's I think really all that I can say, and I think for now I've said honestly plenty. There's there's just an infinite amount of speculating you can do with this show, and I'm sure I'm going to continue being able to do so as we progress further in. So guys, if you enjoy my reactions to Steins Gate, then of course you can already watch the next 8 episodes right away over my Patreon. That's going to be linked on top of the description. Over there we'll already be on episode 13, so you can catch up on all of that right now, along with full-length reactions if you want to see me react to the episodes in their entirety. And yeah, then with that being said, we're going to dive into episode 5 of Steins Gate. Here we go. Okay, well, here we go. The mystery continues. Back to this girl. What is she looking at? At like some kind of earring, or? They're still going back and forth. I'm still wondering, is it just natural curiosity that this girl has, or... I don't know if you want to be telling her all of that, man. Why is she standing in a combat pose? Oh, dude, she knows. Oh, this is not suspicious at all. Yeah, okay. What the fuck does she know? What, like, how is she involved, presumably with CERN? I don't know. It's one of his t-shirts. XXXL. Oh god. They're just gonna continue fighting the entire duration of this show, no doubt. They like each other, really. It's obvious. Oh no, we're gonna get some side quest. Damn, we're not gonna get our answers anytime soon yet. Oh my god. This guy. Why is she saying that? Well, she did say she was being held hostage. Yeah. What the hell? But why is she saying that? I don't, dude, I so don't get this show. Yeah, she's just... She likes to be held hostage, apparently. I don't get her character. Oh my god, there she comes spying again. Ocarin, for as much of a conspiracy theorist as you are, you should realize that her standing in that combat pose tells you enough. You have nothing to do with this character. Of course she... Oh my god, okay. Yeah. Oh man. Ocarin, how the hell are you not reading this situation? This man is mad at Maxi Kurisu, who's done nothing wrong, and then this girl is solely suspicious and he doesn't care. It's like, oh, she can help me. She knows that. She always, I think, announces herself to him by making that sound, right?
少しだけね。ごめんなさい。何私やっぱり一度ラボラトリーに戻る。
そっか。じゃあマユシーは帰ります。また来てくれるよね。
助手なのだからラボに来るのは当然だろ
う。Oh my god, he just keeps playing boss.
同じ環境で育ちな
がら
どうしてこう社会性がなくなっちゃったんだ。
マイリは昔から変わったところが。
You can say that. He was so... Okay, he spun that. I see. I do want to know more about Mayuri though, because if they've known each other that long, can you really suspect her? Well, another sexual assault claim. Oh god. Yep, it's a real anime now. He's playing this game again? Oh, isn't this the same thing he played last episode? In front of everyone? Wow, you gotta love how they're playing a game that involves time. Oh, she likes it too. These two, man. I would say these two need to get a room already, but they already have one, so never mind. It's Hugh and Human or something. Who? Yeah, meanwhile he pronounces her name wrong still. Kuma, that's what it was. Okay, she did not take that very lightly. Does that have to do with her dad? Did her dad, like, abuse her in some kind of way, or...? Was he always screaming at her? Okay, so he's still alive. Okay. He can translate it now? I don't know, it seems like this is something important. Nah, you're in for a surprise, that's for sure. JPEG. Time control and its destruction of history. Destruction of history. Well, you can just... I guess that's what they are trying to do. Yeah. Read time or read history of all the bad things that happened? Of course. I'm not surprised anymore. Animal experiments. Do they consider humans animals? Or is stage 4 humans now? Yeah, makes sense. Yep.
ハッキングした時に出てきたメールの一部だ。これ事実だとしたらマジ国家機密級だって。
ここまで来てビビってる。
What, he's scared of doing something illegal now as a hacker? Are you kidding me?
レポートは40年以上も隠されてきたトップシークレットだぞ。
じゃあ見ないつもり？
お前はもう帰れ。
え？
ここから先を知ったら危険にさらされる可能性がある。お前は将来を有望視された天才だろう。
もしかして心配してくれて？
I mean, he has every right to be.
お前は俺の助手なのだからな。
But like, he literally knows still about what's happening in the end, right? With like her getting killed.
ダルはどうする？
ま、僕スーパーハッカーだし、見たところで足がつくようなヘマはしないっつうか。
Or at least that they used her for some experiment, I
こ
guess.
れよりゼリーマンズレポートの解析に入る。
適当に開いてみるお。
ゼリーマンズレポート10。
Oh, here we go. James McCarthy.
出身アメリカ。実験日2005年1月
Oh, so, okay. So maybe the dead people, or the dead person is this guy then.
またそれ。
But I guess there's more.
超重力による無限圧縮およびカーブラックホール内の特異点通知。
She's about to read her own, yeah, biography or whatever here, right?
そうみたいね。
1921年4月3日。
ニュ
1921.
ーヨーク14丁目にてビルの壁面に埋もれるようにして死んでいる男が発見された。
Buried inside
身
a
元不明
wall.
の男性の死体は全身がブヨブヨの
Oh shit, the jelly is involved.
レポート8被験者リンダ・ヒル出身イギリス Z プログラム4
Oh no, they keep showing Alpaca Man.
実験結果ヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ。
Is that indicating somebody is watching along with them?
10月2日インドターミナルナードゥー州ダルマプリの路上でゼリー状になった女性の遺体を発見。
I'm really curious if she's gonna read about herself, but we didn't come across her in jelly form either, so...
日本の新聞か。
うん、1936年5月24日、京都比叡山山麓で遺体発見さる。
Okay, that's where they could be going next then, I guess.
いやもう十分だ。
これまでのデータから推測するにセレンはカーブラックホールを使ってタイムトラベルの技術を開発している。だとすると10のマイナス24乗キロの質量を
10 to the power of 21 grams.
メートルのところに押し込んで過去に送るわけ。この穴に
That's a lot of zeros.
通そうとするようなものよ。
つまりすごく狭いってこと？
そう、すごく狭いところに無理やりねじ込む。
その説明はエロすぎだろ、ジョーコ。
は？何がエロすぎ？
I was kind of thinking that.
橋田の変態。
Oh, fuck.
もかなりの妄想力。
一緒にすんな。黙ってないでよ。ショックなのはわかる。けど知ってしまった以上何らかの結論は出さなきゃ。岡部。
結論決まっているだろう。
は？
先に完璧なタイムマシンを作り出し。
I mean, are we not sure that they are certain, actually?
世界の支配構造を作り変えるのだ。
If they're the ones who just figured it out, wasn't it them all along? I don't know. I genuinely don't know what to think anymore, man. It's just getting too crazy. Holy shit. Yeah, how is it all connected? That remains the main question in my mind right now, and I'm sure it's going to be a question that will not really be fully resolved until the very end of this show. But it is what I'm very much looking forward to discovering. Like, we are diving more and more into CERN and into what they were doing. I mean, basically, this episode just confirmed everything that we already kind of knew about them, right? That, like, oh, they've been doing time travel experiments. And the way that they described it is like, well, I guess, yeah, one of the lines that stood out to me is where they said something about, oh, we can erase history, or sort of like, I don't know exactly how it was said anymore, but like improving it, I guess. So that's the way I interpreted it, of like, okay, past things that were done that we don't, we can just shape history the way we want it, essentially, right? You can actually, in a weird way, look at that as like a noble thing too, of course. Like, oh, maybe some bad shit happened and we're going back in time to fix it. Like, I don't know, terrorist attacks, or you name any type of, you know, terrible event that's happened in history. Like, oh, you can just go back and make sure it doesn't happen or something in some kind of way, right? So it doesn't even have to necessarily be a bad goal, but the way that I look at it is always like, well, just giving control to a select group of people is never a good thing, because you don't know, I mean, they can always abuse that control, right? Power corrupts. That's just the way it works. And so if you give a certain entity the power of being able to travel back in time and do stuff like that, yeah, eventually it's going to be used for the wrong purposes, of course. That's automatically what I start thinking about, and why I am immediately not trusting of this organization then, I guess. And yeah, I don't think it's a good thing to let them continue the way they were. So all in all, of course, I mean, another thing that's fascinating, a moment that happened in this episode that I immediately think back to is, once again, it's that girl. The girl that started working at the CRT TV shop. The girl that got very upset, or I don't know how to put it, the moment she saw Mark Sakurasu. And she literally went into like a combat pose, like she was ready to strike her on the spot there. And it's like, okay, where is that coming from? Who is she involved? Like, who is she tied to? What does she know? What is Makise Kurisu's role in the first place? You know, at first I really thought at the end of this episode there that they were about to read that Makise Kurisu was one of the dead humans or whatever, right? Mismatch, I don't know how they worded it anymore. But then we also find that, like, okay, the jelly somehow has to do with it. And the jelly is like an indicator of like, okay, this is an object or a person or something, I guess, that has used the time machine, that has traveled back in time. And obviously, Makise Kurisu, when Okurin found her in the first episode, she had only been stabbed, and she wasn't. Yeah, there was no jelly to be detected. Let's put it like that. Now I'm also thinking, shit, she got stabbed. Maybe it was the girl that stabbed her, actually, because the girl was like ready to attack her ear now with the pose she was taking, you know. But then also, of course, we heard that scream. And the scream, I still don't know what that's about. I kind of had a feeling like it could have been Okurin himself who did it, but that all happened before the attack too. Yeah, guys, I mean, it's getting more and more fascinating. Absolutely loving it, and I can't wait to see where we go from here. I think I've said everything that I needed to say, so I hope you enjoyed my reaction to episode 5 of Steins Gate. Of course, if you did, you can watch the next 8 episodes right away over my Patreon, which is going to be linked on top of the description. Over there, we'll already be on episode 13, so go and catch up on all of that right now, along with full-length reactions if you want to see me react to the episodes in their entirety. And then with that being said, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you back in the next episode.